The following tutorial is extremely long, but if you really want to learn how to make a standalone follower, this is the one to watch. And this tutorial is start to finish, and when I say start to finish, I mean from the very beginning to the very end, including how to add custom weapons and armor with temper recipes and forge recipes for both. This is everything you need to make your own standalone follower. Okay, let's get into it. Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 27 of my creation kit series. Okay, this time we are going to make a standalone custom follower using a kit called the Make a Follower kit. What I mean by standalone follower is the follower will not use the vanilla skin or body, and it will use custom skin, custom body, custom armor, and custom weapons. And go ahead, please bear with me on this because this takes quite a while to do, so this is actually going to be a longer tutorial than I usually do. Okay, the first thing we're going to need is we are going to need the Make a Follower kit. And you get that on the Nexus. The Make a Follower kit is by Ashes to Ashers, and he has pretty much set everything up for you. It's a template on how to make it. I used this kit to make my first follower, Raven Skyheart. You can find her on my YouTube channel, the video for her, and there's a link to her in that. But there is also a written tutorial on how to make a follower. Now we'll take a look at the written tutorial, and this is on a blogger, so we have lots of stuff here. Now Ashes says that we're going to need some required tools. You'll need SKSE, which you should already have that. The Make a Follower kit, we're going to get that. You should have race menu, creation kit. You're going to need NIF scope and NIF merge, and there is a link for NIF merge here too. You can get that on the Nexus. And then you're going to want your preferred body type and textures, and it's highly recommended that you use alternate start live another life, because you automatically go into the prison and go right to race menu, which is probably a really good thing than having to set through the vanilla opening all the time. Now you can use any body you really want to. You can use UNP, UNPB, CBE, whatever you want to. And then there's different skin textures that you can use. Pure skin's pretty good. Kind of hard on the graphics card, but it's pretty good. We're going to use fair skin complexion, and he's linked all these to the Nexus, so you can just go to this tutorial and click on them. I'm going to use fair skin complexion, and it says if you plan on uploading finished follower, please make sure you have the proper permissions from any other mod authors which you used for your follower, which is pretty much for any of the skins and bodies. They give prior permission as long as you credit them on the mod page. So we'll go to the next page here. And it says, first, load up Skyrim, go into the race menu. Well, okay. Alright, that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'll see you in the game, and we'll start from there. Okay, here we are in race menu. Now you can do it with males, but males are extremely hard, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do a female follower. this is going to be my follower for my house Carl for Thunder Mansion. We'll go ahead and shut this light off. That's a little too bright. Yeah, there we go. And we'll go ahead and we'll zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. Now there's some things you want to make sure of right away. You want to make sure you know where you can find your Skyrim screenshots, so you know where those are at. You got to know where those are at, because you're going to need to do that. And the first thing is you set your skin tone. This is just like making a character. You make your character. We're not going to go with like a real white. We're going to go with like maybe a little darker. Maybe not that dark. Right. Okay. And then you click on that. We'll go back and take a look at that. That was kind of quick. I did that. There's this little box right here. Go ahead and click on that. And we'll go ahead and take a screenshot. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking a screenshot because I'm going to need these values right here. You can either take a screenshot or write them down. I just take a screenshot. It's easier. And we'll accept that. Now, make note of your weight. 0.5 is in the creation kit. 0.5 is 50.0. And like 0.2 is 20, that kind of thing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crank it up to 1. So that's 100 in the creation kit. I'm going to leave her complexion the way it is. I'm not going to put dirt, scars. War paint, let's see what we got. You can put it on her if you want. I don't really see anything that's like very much. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her some color to that. Let's find a base color to work with. I think I'll go back and I'll start with the white. And you don't need to... No, I don't want to do white. That's not gonna work. Where'd my war paint color go? There it is. I'll just start with this one. And it's not going to do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and increase this all the way up. And we'll increase this all the way down. And we will go into the reds. And we're going to give her... Oh, I don't know. Green is a good color. The person that I'm making this follower of, she likes green, so we're going to go with green. We're going to go with this color green here. Right. That's good. Okay, and we're going to accept that. And I don't think I can actually do a... Yeah, it only does it one color. It only does one place. You can, if you've got plugins to do extra war paint, that's fine too. And the eye shape, I know what her eyes look like. No, not. I almost had it. No, a little too big. No, no, we're not going to go for elvish eyes, but... Not those, because she looks fucking psychotic, man. Of course, I don't know if the girl I'm making this of is psychotic. She might be. I'm going to catch hell over that one. Alright. I don't know what kind of eyes match hers the best. No slant. No. I think that's about the best right there. And the eye color, she has dark eyes, so we'll... Now I'm using the Eyes of Beauty. Oh, no. These are all, yeah, okay. That's like a... It looks like a green color to me. And this is an important thing. You kind of got to play with this to get it to do it right. Yeah. Plus, I like it matches the war paint. When I mean you got to play with this, and quick take a screenshot and hope you get it. If not, take a second one. Just to make sure. And the eye height. We're going to go ahead and we're going to kick that down just a little bit. And the eye width. That's about right. Eye depth, eyeliner color. I'm going to leave that as it is. And the eye shadow. Now, her eye shadow, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that a green color to match her. Match her war paint. But just a little bit like that. And I'll go up a little bit and let's take a look at her face. Okay, she looks good so far. And we're going to go down to eye tint now. Don't need to do that. Don't want to do nothing like that. Nose type. Now that's pretty pretty important. Yeah, that looks a little better. Now, I'm not going to do this exactly according to the image I have of this girl. I'm just going to kind of make this a rough guesstimation, and she'll have to deal with it. Sorry about that. Now, I can give her these. I want to... that's right. Now, the brows is another thing that you want to... If you're using like true brows or anything like that, you want to get a screenshot of the brows that you use. Nose height, nose length, that's fine. I don't want none of that. You guys can set this to whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... That face looks good to me. I'm happy with that. So now we are going to go to hair, because hair is real. The hair, how you do the hair is really important. I'm using KS hairdos with this one, so I kind of want to. Oop, I almost had it. No. And let's go ahead and hit Q so we can zoom out and look at her hair. No, it's too curly. The part isn't right. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that'll work right there. Now, same thing. Take a picture of the hair so you know which hair that you used. Now, her hair color, you could start here and just, it's not gonna be right. That's not gonna work. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna try to find a base color that I'm happy with. That's pretty close right there. And okay, so I want it a little bit darker. I can't put the pink highlights on it like it is in the picture I have of her. Again, I'm probably going to catch hell for that one, but let's give it some more saturation. Yeah. And we'll darken it up just a little more. That looks about right. And while you're at this screen, you want to go ahead and take a screenshot. You're going to need these values right here. We'll accept that. And that is about all. My race, I'm gonna have her a Nord. It's because it's the easiest. Skin tone's right, weight's right, sex right, presets, yep. And this is just basically all of the different things that you can do, sliders you can use. She's pretty much what I want her to be. So, yes, I do want to change. We'll go ahead and zoom in. I want to change her lips. So, mouth shape. Yep, that's the one I'm looking for. No. There's only a couple of shapes, so that looks pretty good right there. And for the lip color, I'm gonna want to darken this up just a little bit. And I actually want to make it a little red, a little more red. And I want to, oh, I gotta grab this thing. This is hard for me to do. There we go. It's hard for me to do sometimes. You can bring it all the way up, but you know, I think I'm gonna that looks good right there. We're gonna go ahead and accept that. And the hair should be, yep, the hair's right. Extras, no. Expressions, nah, I ain't gonna worry about that. Colors, skin tone, eyeliner, lip color, yep, that's fine. Makeup, and different, this is where you can do the different war paints and everything. Wait, what did I see? Hand paint? Body paint? I'm not going to worry about none of that. You guys can figure out, you know, it's just like creating a character. It's just like creating a character. Now you go ahead and you click on your sculpt button. And you'll come up and you can sculpt the face and make things different if you want. There's nothing in here that I want to do. So I'm going to want to export my head. And you want to name it to something that you recognize. In this case, I am going to name it Katrina, because that's what the character's name's going to be. And give it a second, let it load out, and then you click done. Finish and name your character. And it's just going to be Katrina. And we'll accept. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at put your hands down, girl. Let's go ahead and take a look at her. Yeah, she looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. That should do the trick. Now, you don't need to save your game. Just go ahead and quit and go out. You've got what you need. So I will see you back outside of the game. Okay. This is the girl I actually made the character of, and it looks pretty close. I'm happy with it. So we'll go ahead and close that. We don't need that now. Okay, and basically everything he tells you how to do on this page, you've done, because we took screenshots and we exported our everything that we needed. So, okay, it says, and what will happen is that the information for the export of the face gen will be in the SKSE plugin character gen folders, which if you're using NMM Nexus Mod Manager, that will be in the data folder. But if you're using Mod Organizer, that will be in the Mod Organizer folder in the overwrite folder. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Alright, now we go to the renaming of folders, and that's something I'm going to have to do on the desktop. So, excuse my cluttered up desktop. I told you it was cluttered. Now, I already downloaded the Make a Follower kit, and it's right here. So, first thing you want to do is go ahead and copy everything here. Copy all that out of this folder. And go to your Skyrim data folder. I have mine on a shortcut, makes it easy for me. And just go ahead and paste that right in right here. You'll get this. Do the merge. Yes. And it'll do that right there. And now you have your Make a Follower kit in your list of plugins. I figured I better go ahead and make this one larger so we can see it. Now, what you're going to need to do is first go to your Meshes folder, and in Actors, Character, you'll see Make a Follower kit. You're going to want to change the name of this to the name of your follower. I guess I could spell that right. And then we got that there, and then it'll go in here. Alright, so now you go to your Textures folder. Same thing. You want to go ahead and change that to the name of your new follower. Now we need to first replace our meshes. So we'll go to our meshes folder, go into actors, character, name of your follower, and you'll see that there are meshes for everything right here. Now, if you're using CBBE, you're going to need access to those meshes. If you're using UNP, you need access to those. I happen to like the UNP body better than I do CBBE. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into my UNP body here, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to copy all of those. Highlight them all, copy them all, and I'm just going to paste them right in here. Paste them all right in here. They'll ask you if you want to overwrite, say yes. And that's all done. Alright, now for the eyes. It comes with an automatic. We'll open this up right quick, take a look at it. Comes with just the vanilla eyes, so that's no big deal. We don't need that. If you've got custom eyes, you got to put those in there. And we'll go back here. Now the hair is really important. Remember those screenshots we took? Right. Now this is the screenshot that I took of her hair. So it's KS Hairdos ESP Sky 189. Alright. And in the KS Hairdos folder, we're going to go ahead and go into the meshes. And we want Sky 189. So we're going to slide all the way down here to the bottom. Oh, a little too far. There it is right there. Now you're going to want to get the hair and the hairline. Now with KS Hairdos, the hairline is ended with an HL. Some mods like Apache have the hairline. It says hairline on it, but this is for this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy those, and I am going to go to my Katrina folder, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste those right in there. Now these ones, the ones that are in here already, if you're replacing them, just go ahead and delete them. You won't need them. Alright. Now I'm going to need to know what textures this hair uses. So I'm going to go back here, go to this texture folder, and I'm going to get to this. To find out the textures, just open up the hair in NifScope, click on the hair, it'll open this up right here. Go to BS Lighting Shader Property, BS Texture Set, and it's Sky 189. Alright, that's all I need for that. Sky 189. So we will go to back to the KS Hairdos folder, and I'll go down till I find Sky. $189. Now I'm gonna need both of the textures, so the texture and the normal map. So I'm going to copy both of those, and since I got them copied, I'm going to go to my textures folder, go to actors, I'm going to go to my Katrina folder, I'm going to go to hair, I'm going to paste those right in right there, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that. Alright, now I'll go back to meshes, and in my Katrina folder I've got my hair, the mouth. Now the human mouth this is just your vanilla human mouth. If you don't change it, it will just use the vanilla human mouth. Not that you're ever gonna really see it, I mean, unless you got like I don't know, Sex Lab or something, but no. Anyway, So you've got the UNP body, you've got the eyes, you've got your hair. Okay, now we need to do the textures for it. So go to textures, actors, character, name of your follower, and what you're going to need is you're going to need all the textures for the body that you've chosen. So I will go ahead and I'll drop that right there, and I am not going to need this, so I'm going to close that. I happen to have all the textures already in a folder on the desktop, and I'm going to want to go to oh, that's right, I got to use the the other one. The other one, man. And sorry about that. You could do it this way too. This is probably a better way to do it. Find your file for your textures for your skin, and I'm going to go ahead and which were in the fair folder for fair skin, because I'm using that. Textures, actors, character. Now I just want the female one, because I'm not doing any of this other stuff. I just want the female one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy everything up to there. I'm not going to get the vampire because she's not going to be a vampire. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy those. I'm going to go back to my Katrina's textures, and I'm going to paste those in, and it'll ask you if you want to replace them. Just push yes and wait for it to copy over. Alright, now it's all copied over. I'm going to get rid of the female underwear because I never use them. We don't need them. That, and our female brows. Now we did forget to do something. We can use it uses like the standard vanilla brows, but it's gonna look different here. So what you can do is, what will happen is it uses vanilla brows. It's going to use this. If you open this up, you're going to find a placeholder. So you are going to need to replace that with the brows that you're using. And if it has a mesh for it, you got to put the mesh in the browse folder in the meshes. I happen to have a folder with all the Skyrim assets in it, and I'm going to go to character, and I'm going to go to female brows, and now this is where I need to know which brows that I used. As you can see, I used female brows 7. Okay, go ahead, close that, don't need that. So I'm going to go there, I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab the normal map for it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy those, and I'm going to paste those in right here, and it'll say, do you want to replace it? Yes. And you can get rid of this one. Yes. Go back to this one here, and the eyes. Now the only one we really need to replace is this one. So we're going to need to know what kind of eyes. Remember, we took screenshots of that. And we used the Eyes of Beauty, female human eyes 1. And for that, I am going to have to go into my mods folder for mod organizer, and I'm going to go down to, yes, I have a lot of mods. The Eyes of Beauty, and I'm going to go into textures. I'm going to go into actors, character, eyes, and I had female eyes 1. Human eyes 1. Yep, that's just exactly. Let's open that up. Yep, that's the one that I had. So I can go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I don't need that folder anymore. And I can put that down there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste that right in right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Now you could just use the regular N and SK for everything. That'll work just fine too. And for the hair, Sky 89, I already did that. The mouth, these are placeholders. And since I'm just going to be using the vanilla mouth, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete these. Now you can, if you want to make sure, you can bring up your assets, go into Skyrim Vanilla, Textures, Actors, Character, and that will be under Character Assets. No, it won't. Hair, and it should be under Mouth. Right, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that one and I'm going to grab that one. Copy both of those and I'm going to paste those right in right there. Just like that. This is actually the hardest part about this. Okay, I've got all of my textures. Now let's go back to data. Go into my meshes, go into my actors, character, and what we're going to do is we're going to start off by doing the repathing the meshes. This is the hardest part about this. So we're going to open up our first mesh right here, and we'll just click on that to find out where we need to be. Remember, need tree shape, BS lighting shader property, BS shader texture set, and it'll go down here and it'll give you all the paths. The only one you need to change in this path is the one that points to the eyes that you're using. In this case, it is Human Eyes 1, and you'll see that right there. It'll change to that. Now, this is really important, especially if you're going to upload your follower. If you're not going to upload your follower, I'm not really sure. If you're going to keep it on a computer and not use it, give it away. But if you're going to upload your follower, what you want to do is you want to click just before textures, so the cursor's just before textures right there. And everything before textures, go ahead and delete it so that it just says textures, actors, character, name of your follower, eyes, human eyes, and we'll go ahead and save that. That one's done, and we'll close that. Go back to our follower folder here, and we'll go to our hair. Now our hair's same thing. Click on there, find out where your hair is. And what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to go to your folder and change the paths for your hair. Starts off blonde, then with the N it'll show dark, but that's okay. Now same thing, you want to make sure, double check it, make sure that your texture paths look like what I'm doing here. Put your cursor right in front of the textures, highlight everything else, and delete it. And don't forget to save. Always save after you're done doing that. That's for the regular hair. Now let's do the hairline. which the hairline will look exactly the same and is basically exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that. Just repeat the process. Rinse and repeat, kid. Rinse and repeat. Now remember, put your cursor in front of textures, highlight everything before it, and delete. Make sure your cursor's in front of textures when you do this, because if you delete something, you got to repath it. So we got that right there. Make sure you save. Just like that. We'll close that one. And the hair is done. Now the mouth. Now remember, we grabbed the mouth textures. So we'll go ahead and path those out. See, it will use just it will use the vanilla version of it, and basically I just copied the vanilla version of it, so I don't really need to do this. But this is just to make it even more standalone, I guess. And we'll go ahead and repath. Make sure, absolutely sure, it only says textures. Starts with textures. No slash before textures. Starts with the word textures. See how it is right here? Textures. Make sure of that. On everything. Every time you retexture anything, you make sure of that right there. Okay, then mouth is done. Now, the female body, we'll start with that. Now, there's going to be some boobies showing up in here, so some naughty bits, so don't get all excited. We'll click on that one time to find out where we're at right here. And we'll go to BS Shader Texture Set. And we're going to want to change that from the Ashtoreth body to the female body 1. Just like this. Let it go there, and we need the female body. It says 0, 0, but we only have a 1, so, and it'll be fine. This is we want the SK, female body SK right there. And we're going to go ahead and repath it. Now, there's different ways you can repath it. You can just click on it and then sit there and use backspace, but I just do this. This is a lot quicker, a lot easier. Just like that, highlight all that. But when you do it, you have to make sure that you're deleting. Alright, that one's saved. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to redo the rest of these. One important thing I should note while I'm doing this, so you get to the feet and you won't find a texture file for the feet. You use the texture file for the female body just like you did with the body. So that's important. And remember, I'm going to say this again. Put your cursor before textures, highlight everything before it, and delete it. So that just text, it starts with the word textures. That's actually really, really important. And make sure you don't have like your computer C:/ before it, because it'll mess it all up. You'll get missing textures. But that's how you do that with the feet. Go ahead and save that, and I'll continue on. Just to show you right quick why I said that is because the foot textures automatically say that. So it says it goes to the female body, so you just put them in there like that. Okay? Now the last one, the head, you'll notice in the UNP body it doesn't have a head mesh. This is the mesh, the vanilla mesh that's included with the kit. But it works just fine, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to put our female head texture on here. There we go. And same thing here. And you just want to path it out with the textures, skin textures that you use. SK. Just like that, and then shorten up your paths and everything will be ready for that. Okay, we have all of the meshes for Katrina's body done now. According to Ashes to Ashes Make a Follower kit, you don't actually have to path the body and hands and the feet, all this other stuff that the game will automatically, it will override it. But I do it just to be safe because I'm a nut like that and it works for me. So, you know, try it both ways. If it doesn't work one way, try it this way, is all I can say. Now, what we need to do is we're going to need to go back into our Skyrim data folder, and we're going to want to go down here to find the plugin that is Make a Follower Kit. We're going to want to go ahead and rename that, and rename it to the name of your follower, and make sure you spell it right. And there we go. I got that renamed. Now we're ready to go in. Well, before we do that, let's take a look at the tutorial. He shows you how to do it all in pictures. We'll go on to this and replacing the textures. We did that. And we'll go to the next page here, replacing the meshes. We did that. And we're going to go and start in Creation Kit next. Okay, because everything's pretty much done for you in Creation Kit. But before I go any further with this, I want to show you a little something. I'm going to set up my folder for upload. So I have the folder created here on the desktop named Katrina, and this is an empty folder. So we're going to want to do the paths. So I'm going to type in the word data. I'm going to make a folder in there, and I'm going to go into data, and I'm going to make a folder in here that is meshes, and one that is textures, just like that. And in here is where you will have the meshes. You want to go right here and then go to your Skyrim data folder. Go into your meshes and go ahead and click on actors and copy it, paste, and it'll copy that all across. Now for me, because I have other stuff in my folder, I'm going to get stuff like this. I'm going to get this face gen for all my other people, so I can go ahead and I can delete that. And I want to delete the one for Markyla. The only one I want to have is for Katrina. And that's everything that I did there, right? Okay, and now I want to go back to meshes. I am going to add something. This is, you can, if you want to add weapons and armor, you add your folders, armor, and then weapons. Just like that, right? And then you put your meshes for your armor and your meshes for weapons in here. Same thing with the same thing with the textures. Make a new folder. Oh, no, wait a minute. I do not need a new folder. I'm going to delete that. Wow. Delete. And we'll go into Skyrim data, textures, and I'm going to just click on actors. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that right in right there. And what this is for my upload, so that I can upload it to the Nexus, or so that I can install it on Mod Manager, on a Mod Manager. And I'll go into character. I'm going to get rid of this face gen data. I don't need it. And I'm going to get rid of this face gen data because I don't need it. So all I have is this right here, and now it's almost ready. Now I'm going to go back to meshes and armor, because in the meshes, and I'm going to get rid of these two folders because I have a set of meshes and armor for my armor. I'm going to have her use already, and it's going to be my crystal dragonite armor, so I'm just going to copy those and I'm just going to paste those in right there. And now I'm going to go back to my textures, and I'm going to do the textures for it. Makes my life a whole lot easier to use an armor I've already made. So, and I will be doing eventually a tutorial on how to use Photoshop to retexture armor. So, and we'll go back to, we've got our meshes, we've got our textures here, yeah, and we're going to need to put our plugin right there, but we haven't done anything with it yet. So where is it? There it is. We haven't done anything with it yet, so we don't need to place that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go into Creation Kit, and we are going to start with that. Now you open up your Creation Kit and just find your plugin that you renamed. She'll have Skyrim ESM. It says default, so I'm gonna just change the author name to the Mighty 9. You can put a summary in if you want. Make sure to set as active file, and then you just push OK and let it load up. Okay, we got it all loaded up. In the object window, type in make_a and go ahead and click on all, and you'll see this come up right away. So we're going to want to rename these to the name of your follower. Leave the numbers on there so that it's nice and easy to find. So we're going to go with Katrina. That's fine. And what I'm going to do is, so that I don't have to keep typing it, I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to copy it, create a new object. No. Are you sure? Yes. And then it makes it easy just to go ahead and change the name of all 22 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that right now. Now, as you can see, I got them all named except NPC's profile here. I'm not going to have say follower after it. I'm just going to paste that in there, and that will be ready. Now we have to do the textures. So we'll go back to the first one, Katrina skin, body female. Double click on it, and you'll see this right here. You click on diffuse. That is, if you look in the texture path, it says female body 1 NDS. Open that up, click edit, go to actors, go to character, go to your it'll go to Skyrim data. So then click on your female body 1, and it will change. It takes a second. Your normal gloss, which is your MSN, open that up, character, go to name your follower, MSN, and like I said, it takes a minute. It takes a minute there. And your normal gloss, that's that. Your subsurface scatter map, click on that, actors, character, name of your follower, and your subsurface scatter map. Let's check to see what that is. The S, I believe. Maybe it's the SK. And for some reason it's, hold on, I gotta fix it. Okay, I had a little bit of a problem there. I got it all fixed. It's your SK you need, not the S. You need the SK. So actors, character, name of your follower, and choose the SK. That's your subsurface. You get this right here. Deep detail map is blank. The specular will go to this, and if you go along here, it's the S. So we'll open that up. Actors, character, Katrina, and we need the female body 1S. And just let it switch over like that. Press OK. And we'll go to the hands. Same thing here. Actors, character, Katrina, and we're going to do the hands, right? And now we're going to do the MSN file here, hands 1 MSN. This is the SK map. Female hands 1 SK. Right, and then our specular map, which would be the S underscore S. This one right here. That's all set. Okay. Now the skin head, open this up. Same thing all the way through. It's basically just choosing your textures that you have in your folder. And we'll go to actors, character, and the head MSN right here. Let it switch. Okay, and the subsurface, remember that is the subsurface map is your SK. Is the extension SK extension. So we need this one. Right? Now the detail map you don't need to change. It's just a blank detail map. We'll go ahead and go to our specular, which is our S. And go down here. Just like that. Alright. And we go to the eyes, and we'll see this right here. Now our diffuse map, we'll open this up, go to actors, character, Katrina, and we'll go to eyes, and we are going to pick our human eyes 01. That's fine. And that's the only thing we need to do on that. Everything uses vanilla. And then our brows. Same thing as with the rest of them. Just go into your characters folder. You want that one. And then we want its normal map. That one right there. Which it is basically just the vanilla, but I just do that. Okay, let's do the naked feet here. This is your armor add-on. Now, you don't have to mess with this. This is the one you want to change right here. And it says to use female feet, so we're going to go ahead. It'll say, yeah, you can't. It'll say, can't find the model. That's fine. Just click edit. Go to actors, characters, Katrina, and find your female feet. Use the _1. And give it a second to load up. It'll say missing texture set. Now, where did it go? Oh, it's back there. But that's alright. If you zoom in, it's still there. If you have to, you can always go back and change it. And we're going to just go ahead and hit that, and it'll say the skin texture, it'll automatically change that. As long as that's like that, you're good. Don't change anything in the additional races, and don't change anything over here. Okay, let's put my render window back up there, and we'll do the hands. Same thing. Go to the biped model female, select. It'll give you that there that it can't find the model, and we want the hand 01. And you'll get that. That happens sometimes. That's nothing to worry about. And as long as they show up in your render window, that's okay. And it'll skin texture will redirect right here. That's okay. And the naked torso. Same thing. Go to this. It'll give you the red exclamation point. And we want the female body 1. And as you can see, there she is right there. That's good. And it will update here. Skin texture. That's good. And now let's do the skin naked. Let's take a look at this. All you really have to do to make sure that this is like this is that the armor add-ons are showing for the feet, hands, and torso, which and show all. It'll do that, but you want this right here. This is the important one. So everything's good with that. Now the form lists, all this stuff will automatically update, so you don't really need to do nothing else with that. But let's take a look at Ash's Make a Follower Kit tutorial. Okay, here we are back on this, and we're going to go down here to the bottom and see. This is, I did all this already. This is what we just did. So we can go through and he shows you all, like I said, he shows you all in the pictures how to do it. And it will, okay, I gotta figure out where I'm at. Go back up, General Data tab. We're not to race yet, and the head part. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright, we want to do our female head right here. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to change the model. And you'll get that, of course. and we'll go in here and just choose the female head. It'll take a second, it won't show you nothing, but it'll work. Okay, and that one's done. Our brows, same thing, model, character, assets. Now, we didn't grab the brows, so this is fine, just the way it is. You don't have to do anything. It will automatically override, so that's fine. The eyes, a little different story because you changed something in the eyes, so we'll go to actors, characters, Katrina, and we're going to go into eyes, female, and that should switch here. Yep, and that's fine there. Now the mouth, same thing, go to your model and it'll show that right there. And since we changed the mouth, we're going to go ahead and do that. And it doesn't change because clearly it doesn't need to, because it's basically the vanilla one. Alright, and now the hairline. This is where it gets a little different. Open this up, the model up, go to your characters folder, and in hair, choose the hairline mesh. In this case, with the KS hairdos, it's HL, and it will give you that right there. Okay, and for the hair, we'll open this up. Same thing, don't use the hairline one for this, use the actual hair itself, Sky 189 or whatever yours is. Okay, and that's done. Now we will do the race, and we will go and slide over in all the tabs to the general data. Now you want to get rid of everything except that one, whatever you want your race to be, to resemble the most. In my case, it's a Nord. So you just have to make sure that you don't. That's not what I wanted to do. Take out everything but the Nord. So if you're using a Nord, you just want race Nord, power battle correct. Skill bonuses. As you can see, he's already got some up here. One-handed, right? And I think I'll give her an 85 skill bonus on one-handed. Alteration, and there's not much else here that I want to keep, because she's not going to be a mage, she's going to be a warrior, so she's going to use light armor, and I want her to have sneak, and we're going to go ahead and give her 85 there. Restoration, no. Archery, yes. Give her a skill bonus of 85. Speech, not really important, but I think I can go ahead and give her some two-handed. I'll give her 50 on that. Alchemy, You know, and then you can, you can basically put whatever you want. We'll make her able to use both heavy and light armor. And then block. And I usually use just like 85. It works for me. And everything's good there. For the body data, all we want to make sure is that her skin naked is right here. And oh, make sure you click this. Yeah, make sure you click that. You want to make sure it's a female. Go back and check. Yeah, make sure you click that right there. I forgot that. Default voice type. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with the female sultry because that's just the one I want to use. Of course, it will change in when you do the character sheet for it. Okay, blood, don't really need to do that. Text data. Now, I'm going to rename her to Katrina. I'm going to spell it right. And then you put your description in. And I'm going to put Katrina, and I'm going to spell it right. Housecarl. Just because she's going to be a housecarl. There's a reason for that, because this is actually going to get merged into my Thunder Mansion mod. We're going to go ahead and ignore that there. And the move data, acceleration, deceleration. You know, you could play with all this, but I wouldn't mess with the attack data. Same thing here, you could play with it, but again, I wouldn't mess with it. The unarmed damage. Again, all this stuff, you can play with it and figure it out for your particular race. And then we'll go to face data. Just make sure these are all pointing, they're all auto updated, tinning. And that's fine like that. And it starts with the Brenton female, but don't worry about that. That'll change. And that's fine there. Her race is made. Now her hair color. Remember that screenshot we took a while ago of her hair color? Yeah, this one right here. So we need red is 30, green is 18, and B 17. So the R is 30. We'll bring that picture back up there, and then it's 18, 18, and 17. And that should be the correct color. And we're going to click playable on that, just to make sure. And this auto updates your relationship with you. That's okay. And now we go to the big part. We're going to open up our follower here. Name your follower. Well, we know what her name's going to be. I am going to catch hell for misspelling her name so much. Now, we'll start in traits. Now remember that I made her weight 1 in the race menu, which translates to 100. 92, it says height 92. I'm going to go ahead and make it 95 because 92 is a little short. Now, the Voice type, if you want a follower that has a female sultry voice, that's great. If you don't know what the different voice types are, what you do is you go to your form list here and you type in follower, voices follower, and this gives you a list of all your different follower voices that will have the follower dialogue. Disposition base, 75 is good. I'm gonna put 85 because you know I want her to really like me. Let's go ahead and preview her. Yes to all. And while it's updating here, and there she is right there with her hair. With her hair and her boobies hanging out. Alright, cool. Let's go to her head. And her head ain't showing up. Oh yeah, there it is. That happens. We haven't merged it yet is why. Okay, she's already marked as essential, unique, and doesn't affect stealth meter. So that's all good. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click OK on her for right now. And then we are going to type into the filter 002. Oh, wait a minute. 0022. And we are going to click on all. And she's right here. We'll open it back up. Okay, these are... This part's done, and we're going to want to do her stats now. And you can have her, the PC multi-level is she levels up with the character. And it should have... Her health should have went up. I think I forgot to set her health. So I'm going to click OK on that. And I'm just going to type in 00 and let it load up. Okay, see, that's what I forgot to do in the race. Where's it at? There it is. Starting health assist 50. And I'm gonna crank her up a little bit. Magicka. Well, I'm just gonna make that 125. Stamina, I'll make that 500. Base carry weight, 1,000. Alright. Health regen. I want her to regenerate her health a little bit faster, so I'm gonna make it 2.5. Magicka regen, and not really important. Stamina regen regenerates 5 times faster. Right, now our race is right. So I'm going to click OK on that. And I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to type in the name Katrina. And I'm going to click on actor. And that'll bring that right back up. Now I can do her stats. See, now it's a little bit different. I can offset that and make her health a little higher. So let's say I want to give it an extra 50 and an extra 50 here. All I gotta do is unclick that, auto calculate, PC multi-level. This is where she levels with the player, same level as the player. I'm gonna make it 2 so that she's at least 2 levels higher than the player. Her class, I'm going to make her a ranger. That sounds good. Yeah, that ought to be good. So basically, she'll do that, and you can set her calculation max at 100 there, 101. Let's make it 115. That'll be the highest she can go up to, is level 115. Sounds good to me. Now for her factions. He's already got it set up right here for you. You don't have to do anything with the factions. If you know a little something about factions, you can go ahead and add in factions if you want her to be a merchant or whatever. You'll have to, if I wanted her to be a merchant in my Thunder Mansion mod, I would have to change her to a different voice type. But that's all set. This is preset here. Keywords, don't worry about that. AI data. Aggressive, right? Confidence. I'm going to make her foolhardy. And any crime, right? I'm going to crank her energy up to 65 so she moves around a little bit better. And she's going to be a happy camper. Combat style. Human. And we're going to give her the, let's see. Oh, I'll give her a human missile, because that way she'll be using her bow a lot more that I'm going to give her. I told you this is going to take a while. Now, the default sandbox editor location. You can use that one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add one here for default sleep. And let's see, the first number is what time she goes to bed. So I'm going to have her go to bed at midnight and sleep for 8 hours. And now I want to add another one. And I'm going to type in default eat. Now if you're putting her, she's going to sleep for 8 hours. Yeah. So she's going to eat in the morning for an hour. Now if you're putting her in like a house mod, like I'm going to do, you're going to want to copy the default eat, sleep, and sandbox editors, because you'll have to change locations. We'll take a look at what I'm talking about. You're going to have to change these eat locations if she's going to be in a house mod. If she's just a follower, that's fine. She'll eat wherever she sits down, whatever. You want to make sure that the first thing she does when she wakes up is eat. Right. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to move. I want to... No. I want to move the sandbox up to the top. And I want to make the eat the default eat will be the first package. She'll eat first, then she'll sandbox, and then she'll sleep when she's supposed to. And they do, and whatever's at the top is the first one they do. And like if the sleep was up here and eat was next, she would wake up, she would sleep at midnight, she would wake up and she'd go to eat, then she would sandbox. In this case, when she first gets up, she'll eat, sandbox, sleep. So that's all good. Now for her inventory, you can have her wear whatever you want. In this case, I'm going to have her wear, as soon as I find them, where are they at? No, not the court wizard outfit. She's going to wear a tavern wench outfit. That's going to be what she's wearing. Let's take a look. And we'll go ahead and preview this as soon as it updates. Okay, and there she is right there. And I know she don't look a damn thing like she did in game. We're gonna fix that. But that's what she has right there. And we're not gonna do anything with the... We're gonna give her some gold. And we're gonna like that, and we're gonna give her 1,500 gold. That's for people that have the I need and whatnot, so she can buy her own stuff. And I'm gonna give her a ring. So jewelry necklace, gold, no, don't want that. And she's gonna get a gold emerald ring. Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and go to spell list. Now you can pick your spells for whatever you want to give her, or her perks. For perks you just add. I'm gonna give her Lightfoot, so she doesn't set off traps. Add, and Agile Defender. Add, and let's see. Armsman. No, I don't want an Armsman. Barbarian. No, Bladesman. That's the one. I'm going to give her Bladesman. Add. And you just basically set her. You have to have a little knowledge of the... We're going to give her Bullseye. Have to have a little knowledge of the different perks. I gave her Bullseye. Deadly Aim. Yeah, Deadly Aim's a good one. And I'm going to give her Deflect Arrows. And I want to give her Windwalker. That makes it so she's good with her light armor. Okay. And the rest of it is fine. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click out OK. Now, I'm going to clear the filter. This is the really different part. This is the part that he doesn't show you in the Make a Follower kit. And what I mean by that is first thing I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the mod. It saves quick. So right now she doesn't have anything. We haven't done the face gen for her yet or anything. We are going to do armor and weapons. So first thing we're going to have to do is click on armor add-on, and my armor for this will be dragon scale, because I'm going to use my guard armor that I did, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate the boots. I'm going to duplicate the cuirass. I'm going to duplicate the gloves. Not going to worry about the helmet because I don't want to worry about the helmet. So like that, and I want to rename that to, I'll use my beginning there, 00 RLB, create new object, no, because doing that there, and do that with all of them, all the ones that you just duplicated. Okay, so I duplicated all of these, and the first thing I'm going to do is open up RLB Dragon Scale Boots, and I am going to go ahead and, since I'm going to put it in her I'm going to put it in her inventory, but I'm also going to make it so that when whoever downloads a standalone follower will be able to make the Crystal Guard armor. So first thing I want to do is I want to, on the biped model for male, I'll click on that and I'm going to go to my guard armor, and as you can see I got male and female. So what I want to do, I'm going to cancel this because I want to show you the correct way to do it here. It will say you're going to want the Dragon Scale boots male 1. This is only if you're doing male armor boots male 1. This is only if you're going to do the recipes and tempers like I'm going to do. Otherwise you only have, you'd make an outfit of it. So we're good there. The female version here, and we'll go into the female version of the boots, and 1, and there's the female version, just like that. Okay, and it all changed and it's all up here. Okay, the Dragon Scale Cuirass, as you can see that it asks for the underscore 1. The underscore 1 is the heavy, so we'll go ahead and give it the underscore 1 right there. Okay, and then this one, we want the guard armor female underscore 1. Right. Now there's something else that you have to do with this for the armor. On the first person, you open that up, go into your guard armor. This is males, so you want this one right here. You want the first person armor. Right, same thing with the females. And you want the first person armor. Right. Okay. And that's that one right there. You don't have to change anything else. Just do that right there. And with the gloves, open the gloves up. All you need to change is to put the gloves in for both. Female gloves, check, that's good. And now for our shield, and it only gives you the 1, so as you can see I got it right there. There's the shield. Okay, and female biped model, you don't really have to do this, but I do it anyway, just to cover all my bases. And that's okay. So we got the armor add-ons made for the armor. Now we need to make the armor, so I'll click on armor and I'll go find the Dragon Scale boots. I'm going to duplicate that. The Dragon Scale Cuirass, I'm going to duplicate that. The Dragon Scale Gauntlets, I'm going to duplicate that. And the Dragon Scale Shield, I'm going to duplicate that. Now you just have to go through and rename all of these, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that right now. Okay, I got them all renamed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my boots. Now this is the really important part. I want to change the name to Crystal Dragon Scale boots. The value, I'm going to make those worth 500. The light armor, I could actually change this to heavy armor if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to up the armor rating. I'm going to give the boots an armor rating of 100. And it'll go down through, and now we go over to make sure the playable is checked. Now I'm going to go over to my world model for male, and this one is the GO. This one here, the GO model, so it looks like that. Now it will automatically update. See, it automatically updated the female model of it too. But we're not done yet. This is really, really important when doing armor. First you push show all and then push new, and it'll give you the form here, Dragon Scale Boots. That is the Dragon Scale Boots AA. Click that off and then go ahead and delete that so that it only points to your Dragon Scale Boots or whatever boots you use. And that should be good for the boots. Now I'm going to do my armor, crystal, Dragon Scale armor, values, and that's fine. Weights, that's fine. I'm going to make the armor rating 300. That's fine, playable. And I'll show you what I was talking about. Dragon Scale Curse GO. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into that, go into the guard armor, and we are going to find the boots, gloves, armor. There's my curse. There it is. And we want that right there. And of course it will auto update with the female version. Now same thing here, new in your models, new, pick the duplicate that you made and delete the original. Very important, very, very important. That's if your armor isn't showing up in game, it's because you didn't put the model in, your model in. So okay, here we go. We're going to go with Dragon Scale Crystal, Dragon Scale Gauntlets, and my armor rating, I'll make these 100. And I'm going to want the GO version. Gauntlets GO, and yes, it auto updated to the female version. Add my armor add-on here, delete the original, okay, and same thing for the shield. Yeah, it's really important that you put the make that 300. I'm a little crazy about the I'm a little crazy about the armor rating. That's just me though. Now you just put your shield in like that, okay, and just to cover all my bases, I'm going to make sure the female version has it too. I'm going to add my armor add-on here, delete my old one, and that should be just fine. Okay, the armor should be made. Now I'm going to do weapons. Now I'm going to use my crystal dragon scale stuff that I made before. So I'm going to go on down here in my object window, and I am going to find weapon. Now I can go ahead, pretty much any weapon that I want to use. I can dupe any of these. With the mod when I first made it, I required Dawn Guard because I duped the actual dragon bone stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna use Daedric, and I'm gonna duplicate the bow. I'm gonna duplicate the greatsword, and I'm gonna duplicate the sword. Now I want to go ahead and I want to rename these three pieces. Okay, I got them renamed, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the bow I made here, and I want to switch this to Katrina's bow. Well, crystal dragon bone bow. Yeah, that looks right. And that's all good. Let's go to game data, and my damage 19. Now I'm gonna want a little more than 19, so we'll start that off at 100. Sounds like a good number. If you flag it, NPCs use ammo. That means she will always use. That means she will use up her ammo, which I don't usually do that. You can give them one arrow and they'll have like arrows forever. If you're making it for yourself, you can make it for just player only. Always make sure that it's always playable. Always. Okay? And the weight, you can mess with the weight. Art and sound. Go to your model. Open up there. Open that up. And go into your weapons and choose your bow. There's the bow right there. And your first person. Oh, that's right. That's what I forgot to do. First person. Type in first person into the filter. I knew I was going to forget something. I always do. And I want to duplicate that, duplicate this, and duplicate this sword. And I'm going to go ahead and rename these. Yeah, I knew I had forgotten something. Okay, first I'll do the first person bow, and that's the same thing. Just go into weapons, grab your bow. Now your nifs should all have, your meshes should all be pointing to the textures required already. If they aren't, go ahead and get that changed. And I'll go into the greatsword, go to the model, open, and I'll choose my greatsword. Okay. And my first person sword, go into the model, first person sword. Don't worry about it if it shows it in the sheath. It won't show it it'll only show it in the sheath if she's wearing it. So, but it'll show regular when she takes it out of the sheath. So we'll go ahead and go back to that. Now we'll go to weapons. Now we can do this correctly. We'll open up our bow, and let's see, game data 100 is good there. Critical damage multiplier, I'm going to set that at 2 just because. because I like to make my weapons a little overpowered. I always thought the weapons were a little underpowered in this game. And my model, guard weapons, bow, check. Now the first person model, this is what I needed to do. And I'm going to go ahead and that, because the first person model object is what will show in the inventory. And let's go with, you can, if you have a scope, you can add scopes and different stuff like that. Change your sounds, different stuff like that. But just make sure they're playable, marked playable. Ignores normal weapons resistance, so you can actually make it ignore like armor if you want to. Not me. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push OK on that. And you basically want to go through and do that with all of your new weapons. And you can enchant them while you're here with whatever enchantment that you want. I'm not going to put any enchantment on them. I'm going to make this one 150. Make it playable. Yep, that's good. And this one here, just like with the bow, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick this. And I screwed up again. I screwed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. I'm going to type first person. I just realized that I screwed up again. Sorry guys. And I'm going to go down here. I know this is getting long. And this one right here, I'm going to open it back up. Now I could use just this. There's really not any difference, but I'm going to use the first person greatsword here. When you make your first person one, you want to use the correct NIF, and that'll be fine just like that. And same thing with the guard weapons here. First person sword. It doesn't really change in the render window because you could use just the sword if you want to, I guess, but I just want to make sure it's right. I'll wipe this filter out. Okay, let's try this again. We'll open the greatsword back up. That's fine there, the first person model. First person greatsword. Okay. Everything's fine there. Two-handed, playable, right. And for the sword, open that up, open this up, weapons. I'm going to just pick just the sword. That's fine. And then for the first person to object, I'll do my first person sword that I made here. And we'll go back to game data. My damage, I am going to make 125 on the sword. And this is going to be crystal dragon bone sword. Sometimes you got to play with this stuff. Art and rumble, don't worry about none of that. And that will be attack multiplier, critical damage multiplier 2. And with the great sword, I am going to do critical damage multiplier 2, just because when I get a critical hit, I want to feel that shit, man. Okay, so we got all of that. Now let's go ahead and go up to our actor, click on that, and we'll open up her file here, and we'll go to inventory. And I'm going to go to my armor, click on armor, and I'm going to drag in dragon scale boots, dragon scale cuirass, dragon scale gauntlet, and the shield. Now I'm going to go to my weapons, and I'm going to give her the bow right there. I'm going to give her a great sword right there, and I'm going to give her a regular sword. But I want to give her some arrows too. So what you do is click on ammo, and let's see, I think I'll just give her Daedric arrows. Drag one over, drop it in there, find it in the list. I'm going to give her, because she's going to use arrows, I'm going to give her 1,000 just because I'm like that, guys. Alright, so she's ready to go. Her perks are up there. Character gen parts. Oh, there is something we have to do. Remember we just want to check to make sure this is all up here, but we have to make sure the face tinting color. Remember we took the picture of the skin color. Yeah, this one here. So we want the R to be 172. This is 172. And we want the G to be 159. R 172. G is 159. And the last one is 151. 151. Right, so that should make sure that your interpolation value is set to that. Don't change the just leave the facial complexion at default. It shows the hair color. Everything's right here. And we'll go ahead and preview it. And it takes a second. It's not responding. Okay, now that it's responding again, we'll zoom right on in here. And I know it doesn't look like her. It will. Just give it a second. And she's wearing the sword correctly. Everything's good there. Push OK. Okay, back in Creation Kit. Now this is what I forgot to do. I'll just go ahead and you probably won't even see the mistake. I'll probably just edit it in. So you want to type in recipe, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on all, and let's see. Yes, here we go. Dragon scale boots, duplicate. Dragon scale cuirass, duplicate. Dragon scale gauntlets, duplicate. And dragon scale shield, duplicate. And go ahead and rename. I'm going to rename these 000 RLB, and I'm going to get rid of the duplicate. Click that, create new object. No, because I'm editing an existing object that I just duplicated. Yes, I'm sure. Now I'm going to go ahead and rename all of these. Okay, I got them all renamed right here. So now in the filter, I'm going to type in temper, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to find the dragon scale boots temper, duplicate. Dragon Scale Cuirass, duplicate. Dragon Scale Gauntlets, duplicate. And Dragon Scale Shield, duplicate. I know, why isn't there a helmet? Because I didn't make a helmet for this armor set. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this RLB Temper. Get rid of the duplicate. Create new object. No. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and rename all of these. Okay, those are all renamed. So what I'm going to do is on my object window filter, I'm going to type in 000 and I'm going to go ahead and let that load up. Okay, and I'm going to go on up here, and this is all my stuff that I put in. Now I'm going to do the recipes. I'm going to open up this recipe, and it says Dragon Scales. I'm not going to change anything to do with this. I'm going to make, you're going to have the Dragon Armor perk to make it. So, but the thing to change is your created object. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up here. This is for boots, like that, and that's fine, just like that. Count as 1. And you can add stuff in if you know you want to make them have a Horker loaf to make Dragon Scale boots. You can, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. And you basically just go through and you make sure that the created object is your special armor and or weapons, because I gotta do one for the weapons too. And but I'm just gonna do the armor, and weapons are exactly the same thing. Now for the temper, same thing. Just go ahead and choose your created object. In this case it's a cuirass, just like, and I'm not changing anything from the original. I just duplicated it so that I could choose make my crystal dragon scale stuff. And this will make it on the forge, and then you can temper it on the armorer's bench. So that's all done. Now type in recipe again, and this time I don't want armor, I want weapons. Oh, you could do food recipes too if you want certain foods or jewelry or whatever. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate the Daedric bow, the Daedric greatsword, and the Daedric sword, and I'm going to go ahead and rename those. Okay, I have the recipes done. Let's do the tempers. And I'm going to find my Daedric bow, duplicate it, Daedric greatsword, duplicate it, and Daedric sword, duplicate it. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rename those. Okay, now I have that all done. I'm going to go ahead and type in 000 in the filter and let it load up. Okay, and now let's take a look at the recipe for the bow. And since it's going to be, we're going to get rid of that. And since it's going to be dragon bone, I'm going to new, and I am going to type in dragon bone. And that's good right there, and one there, I'm going to change this count to 1. And I'm going to type in another new one here. Leather strips. And I'm going to have them say 3. So it's going to require that you have 3 leather strips, 1 dragon bone, and 1 ebony ingot to make this. Now, this is going to be, I'm going to do this one, has perk. I'm going to type in has perk. It's just going to do this, and you just got to find has perk. There we go. And we're going to open this up, and dragon armor. Has perk dragon armor. And everything is good there, and we can get rid of this one. Now I'm going to show you an easier way to do this with the next one here. Okay, so we want to go to the great sword. Close that. Close that. Open this up. Now, I forgot to set my created object. This is my bow, so I gotta go through all of this crap up to here, and that'll create that. Everything's good there. Alright, now this time with the great sword, I'm going to open this back up. I'm going to get rid of Daedra Heart, leather strips, that's good, and new dragon bone. And it'll do that. You might have to go down through it and find there. 1, 2, 5. No, not 5. Let's 3 ebony ingots and 3 leather strips. Now, here's an easier way to do this. Just double click on this, and just click on this, and then type in dragon armor. Just change it. It's already made. Just change it, and it changes it. So that's good. And I bet you I screwed up again. Yep. My created object. Make sure your created object creates the right object. We're going to open up my sword. Get rid of the Daedra Heart. Add a dragon bone. 1. That, and open up my has perk. My parameters. Dragon armor. Check. Okay, and that's all good. And I'm going to go on, slide on up here, and I'm going to make it my sword. Alright. Now, I'm going to do my temper for my bow. Ebony ingot. Yeah, I want an ebony ingot. But just because I'm a asshole like this, I'm going to make you have a dragon scale to temper the bow. It just makes it a little bit harder. Well, you see what I forgot? I forgot to change this. I forgot to change my created object. So that's all good there. And has perk. Has perk. And dragon armor. Just like that. Has perk dragon armor. Like that. Everything's good there, and that's good there. Now I'll do that. Where's my temper for my sword? I think I might have forgot to rename that. For my great sword, new dragon scales. 1 new has perk dragon armor. Okay, that's all good there for great sword. That's good. You have to temper this. You will need dragon scales and an ebony ingot. Sounds good to me. Great sword. And to do this, I'm going to type this in, temper. I think I just might have forgot to rename one. No. Oh, that's fine too. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll duplicate this, and I am going to take that out, make that a capital S, duplicate, temper weapon. That was supposed to be a capital S. Just like that. And this should work. So this will make it easy. I'll just like that, and that's all that. That's all good. That's all good. And that makes it easy. And there's my temper. Let's go ahead and bring this up to 000 and let it load up. Okay, so we have our recipe for our armor, our recipe for our bows, for our weapons. There's one of our weapons right there. Temper for armor, temper for bows, and everything else is as it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the mod, which is saved quickly. And the next part you will see will be the merging of the files and using test 5 edit. Now what you're going to want to do, I believe it is time to do, we got that all in there, we're going to want to place her in the world. So just for testing purposes, I'm going to go into world space interiors. I'm going to type in Whiterun, and I think I'm just going to stick her right here in Breeze Home. Sounds like a good idea. I usually stick a lot of my followers just to test them in Breeze Home. Okay, here we are in Breeze Home. Let's stick her in here, and we'll slide this in, and you want to make sure you don't move anything, but you also want to hit your nav mesh button and make sure that you stick her on some nav mesh so that she's guaranteed to be there. And we're going to go ahead and drop her in right there, and there she is right there. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and save that. Now go back to your object window. This is really important. Push Control F4. It'll say export face gen data for all selected NPCs. Yes. Don't worry about it if everything disappears in that. It's fine. Click OK. push save again, and I will see you outside of the creation kit. We got one more thing to do. Actually, we have two more things to do. First thing to do is bring up your, you went and got an F merge. Go ahead and open that up, and you'll get this window. It looks like this. Now you're going to need some you are going to need, let's see, your data folder, because you are going to need your meshes, and you need to go into actors, character, Katrina. Nope, not Katrina. Face gen data. And you'll see Katrina ESP. That would be the one, the name of your character. That'll be the one you want. You want to go ahead and keep that right there. Now you are going to want to go into your mod organizer folder, or if you're using mod organizer, what you're looking for is a SKSE folder. It's in overwrite, and you click through till you get to this right here. We'll move this up here so we can see what we're doing here. You're going to want to take Katrina. You're going to want to put her right, that Katrina goes right there. And this is 00D7. That goes right there. Now you're going to want to match by vertex. And then you're going to want to make sure these are all checked. And these, some of this stuff, it'll you can change this here and have it hair, say hair, facial hair, eyebrows. Nope. Eyebrows, type eyebrows, eyes. And I don't know why it tells me that there's going to be an error, but I don't never really worry about that. Alright, so that's all like that, merged, and I got it merged to there. Everything's set here, and I'm going to go ahead and merge to target. And it tells you that the model has been merged. Okay, it's all done. Now you could tell this is changed right here. Now the last step on this is we're going to want to go to data. We're going to want to go to textures, actors, character, face gen, face tint, into the name of your follower here. And what we're going to do is we're going to push rename on that. See how that's highlighted? Just go ahead and copy that, and then wherever your override is, you want to rename this to that, and then just drag this across. When it says, do you want to move and replace? Why, yes I do. And I can close that folder. Everything's done there. Now I want to go ahead and open up Test 5 Edit, because I want to click on Katrina and I want to get it started loading up. Okay, this is just to make sure that it's nice and clean. So we'll go to Katrina, right click, apply filter for cleaning, and let that load up. Now it should be yellow and green when it's done. If it's yellow and green, you're all good. Just close the test 5 edit program. Hopefully that showed up there. Now, last thing you have to do is open up your Skyrim folder again. Any folders I don't need here, I'm going to go ahead and close. And I'm going to go into my data, and I'm going to go to my meshes, and I do believe I'll open this up. Yep, I have that there. I'm going to, from my Skyrim data folder, I'm going to copy that. I am going to paste that in right there. I'll merge that in, and just like I did the last time, yes, I am going to do all that, and I am going to copy and replace all that. Just like the last time, I'm going to get rid of Markyla. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to get rid of everybody that isn't Katrina. This is for my upload folder. I'm going to go to data, I'm going to go to textures, and in my Skyrim folder I'm going to go to textures, copy my actor folder, paste that in, merge those, and let this load up. And it'll say, give you this right here, and just go ahead and search and replace. Okay, that part's done. So we'll go back to here. We don't have a plugin, so we need our Katrina plugin. So we will find Katrina in the thing here, and this will just copy over because it's a separate drive, and that will be great there. Now I'm going to take this one out for right now, but I'm going to need it back in for when I merge her into my Thunder Mansion mod. But for this time, I'm just going to take her out of there, and this is all good here. Okay, so we got all that done. Something I got to do right quick is go into my data folder, because I had to edit this together to get it right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy my plugin for Katrina. I'm going to open her folder up, and I am going to paste that right in there. And that's all pasted in there. Now I'm going to remove this here, because I don't need it for what I'm going to do next. And I've already did the file merges, so now I am going to make it a 7Z file for installing in Mod Organizer, and I will talk to you when that is done. Okay, we got it all packed up, and let's go ahead and open up Mod Organizer, and this is going to take a second to come online here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my Thor test profile, and I believe I'm in it. Right, so I want to uncheck that, and I want to make sure Markyla ain't checked, because I don't want her showing up where she's not supposed to be. Everything's good there. Okay, and I'm going to click on that button right there. Going to go to my desktop. Yep, good. And there's Katrina. There's her file folder. Let's find her zip file. Right there she is. And we're going to go ahead and open that up. And it'll say Katrina. Yes, okay. And it's going to install her, which is what I'm after. I want to install her into Mod Organizer so that I can go test her in game. And it looks like everything is hunky-dory there. Let's go down here to the bottom of my list. She's right here. That opens up here, and she is right here. Okay, so I will see you in game so we can go test out this thing finally. Okay, here we are in Whiterun, and we're going to take a little walk. And yes, I'm going to walk because my graphics card isn't that good, so running is kind of out of the question when I'm recording videos. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to go to Breeze Home right here. And I'm going to go up in here and... Damn bird. Almost hit me. And I'm going to go up in here and check, see if this works. And here we are, and I do not see her. Why do I not see her? Hey, hey, hey. Maybe she's upstairs. Did it not? Did it not do it? I hear her. I bet you she's in here. No, I hear her. I heard her eating. I hear her eating. Where is she at? There she is. She's sitting over here on the bed. Hi, Katrina.
You always brighten my day a little.
Well, you brighten my day too. Hey, look, she's got a sandwich. Can I have your sandwich? Yes. She's sitting in here on the bed. And she puts her armor right on.
I just can't wait to be a bride someday. Someday.
Alright, that's cool. I couldn't find her. I was like, where's she at? I didn't realize it. Okay. So we're going to take her over to the forge. And we're going to go outside here. Okay. And I'm going to go over here.
These vampires are becoming a real menace.
That was killing me, man. So, anyway. We're going over to the forge. Because I want to check to see if I can make crystal dragons. I should be able to just make it. And we'll open up this, and it should be... Well, I'll type in crystal into my filter. Right. So I can make the crystal dragon scale armor and the gauntlets And the shield, that's good. Let's go over. Okay, and let's check the... Hey, Katrina,
Is
come
there
back
some
here.
way what can I do for you, friend?
Yeah, let me see your... Let me see some of your stuff here. I need to trade some things with you. We could do naked, but we're not going to do it.
I'm at your service.
And I need your sword. Just like that.
If you need me, just give a holler.
And we'll go ahead and bring this up, and we can temper the sword. So that's all good right there. Alright, looks like everything works.
Huh?
And she's not very tall. She's not too tall.
Let me know if you...
And that's about all there is to that. Okay, guys. This has been episode 27 of my Creation Kit series. Very long, but that's okay, because if you really wanted to make your own standalone Fowler, now you know how to do it from start to finish. Remember, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and push that thumbs up button, and then share it on social media with your friends, as it really helps out the channel. And remember, guys, if you're a subscriber or a new subscriber, to hit that notification bell so that you are notified of any new videos that I put up. Until next time, guys, remember to keep your sword sharp. Don't be a milk drinker. And always watch the skies, traveler.